Hey guys, what is up? TheMadUzuki here. I am just bringing you a Pokemon battle, so you guys know I am not dead. But I haven't been able to upload much recently because a haven't been really having that great Pokemon battles when I do find the time to play, which is few and far between. In between going to school full time and working full time, 35 to 40 hours a week, which is super fun and exciting. Um, anyway, this is a new team that I've been trying out that I actually have been playing in Pokebank OU Beta, which has been actually been super fun recently. I thought it was going to be a super pain in the ass, but Gen 6 brought a lot of really good balancing mechanics to the game. So it's like not just a total offensive based meta game like the previous generation was. um I'm just to briefly go over my team. I have Skarmory as my Stealth Rock user, Spiker, Phaser, and Defogger. Defog is awesome because it's better than Rapid Spin because it's an evasion drop, which is kind of alright, but more importantly, it gets rid of all the. It works the same as Rapid Spin, but it can't be blocked by ghost types, so that's a thing. And there's nothing that can completely ignore flying type attacks, so point defog, I would have to say. Next, I have Trevenant, which I carry as my specially defensive wall. It carries Will-O-Wisp, Leech Seed, Substitute, and Shadow Claw, and it's worked out really. I was really iffy about Trevenant because, like, at a glance on paper, its base stats leave kind of a bit to be desired, but with Harvest, it actually works out really well. And it's done a lot of work for me in the past, and I feel like it's definitely earned its place on my team. So that's why it's there. Next we have Bulky Dragon Dancing Gyarados, because Bulky Dragon Dancing Gyarados with Moxie is a force to be reckoned with. And it works out well most of the time, unless you're fighting a Ferrothorn with Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet. Then it's just a pain in the tuchus. But I figured that would be the biggest counter and problem to Gyarados, which is why I have the Mega Charizard Y version. So he's not the Dragon version, he is a specially offensive Mega Charizard with. I can't remember if I have this one as Modest or Timid. But he has Fire Blast, Solar Beam, Air Slash, and Roost. Because Roost is really nice to have on a sweeper like Charizard that can come in, do a few turns of a lot of damage, and then switch out to a something more relevant. Then I'm running Sylveon, which is really the framework. I don't want to say of the team, but I wanted to try out the Sylveon set once I realized that it has Pixelate, which makes its fairy or normal type moves fairy and boosts them by 1.3. I don't know if that's just the stab bonus or if it's in addition to the stab bonus, because that means running normal type special attacks on Sylveon can be really dangerous, which is what I decided to do with not Hyper Voice but Echoed Voice, and you'll see how it works out at the end of the battle. This is a pretty quick battle. It's not the best game ever, but it is a really, really good showcase of what Sylveon can do. Um, my last guy goes to Greninja, which is actually choice banded. Mostly because choice banded Greninja takes on a lot of Pokemon really, really, really well. And I like it a lot as kind of like a lead or like a momentum switcher, especially with its base 130 speed, which is just outlandish to say the least. There's very few things, even Scarfed, that will outspeed it, but it does work out well. Um, yeah. So Protein Greninja choice banded, and you'll see how everything kind of culminates in this battle. He's gonna lead off with Noivern. I'm gonna lead off with Greninja. He reveals he has Frisk, which is kind of weird because Infiltrate is kind of a better move, but I guess it makes sense because he has Boom Burst and voice attacks, for lack of a better term, now hit through substitutes apparently, which is really good news. Anyway, I'm going to U-turn out as he goes right out to Quagsire. I guess he was scared out from the Ice Beam, which would make sense. But I figure this is a really good time to go into the Gyarados and sub, fearing the obvious toxic from Quagsire. Considering that Gyarados usually goes Dragon Dance, so I take this opportunity to get a couple of Dragon Dances up, and then now that I'm at +2 attack and +2 speed, I know I can definitely outspeed, which I was doing anyway. That was mainly the reason of the last Dragon Dance. Then I'm going to bounce, and he brings out Ferrothorn. I really would have liked to get a crit, or maybe killed this in one shot, but it isn't bounce is stab, so it's not all bad. But at this point, I was thinking that instead of letting this thing get all its shenanigans set up, I just want to kill it. So I do. And I lose my Gyarados, but it's not a big deal because I still have Charizard, Sylveon, and Greninja in my back pocket, and they can do a lot of work if given the opportunity. With his Gengar, basically, Gengars really don't run Thunderbolt anymore, so I had no fear of that, and I knew I could live with Shadow Ball, so since his only hazard setter was out of the way, I figured I would just defog and then Whirlwind, so he's not doing all his crazy shenanigans. I take the opportunity here to Stealth Rock because I know nothing from even a Mega Mawile will kill me. And I make the bad decision here to go for Spikes instead of a Whirlwind. I had debated going for Whirlwind, anticipating the Swords Dance. But, yeah, I decided to go for Spikes. And I was like, shit, this could get really bad. I was hoping Trevenant would outspeed, but it doesn't. But fortunately, Charizard does, and he doesn't go for Sucker Punch, which is odd. I'm not sure. Maybe he anticipated me like Mega Evolving and then going for Dragon Dance or something. But I'm able to take him out with the Heat Wave, which I run over Fire Blast, I run over Flamethrower because it's a little bit more base power and more accurate than Fire Blast. So it's a nice balance. But I switch out into Greninja, and then he toxics my Greninja, which is fine because Greninja really doesn't stay in anyway that much, and he goes into Quagsire to take the hit. I figured I have a Lumberry on this Sylveon, mostly for instances like this, so I can get up a Calm Mind without having any trouble, and then take out whatever it is that's trying to, status me. And this actually works out really, really well here, because I know this Gengar really can't do much to me. So even though Echoed Voice resists, because it becomes the Fairy type, it hits through substitutes because again it is a voice ability. And for those of you who don't know how Echoed Voice works, every time you use it, its base power doubles up into a max of like 210 or 220 or 240, whatever it is. I don't specifically remember. But at this point, with a Calm Mind up and max special defense on the Sylveon, Noivern or Rotom Heat cannot kill me, which is why I just clean up the game with Echoed Voice. So I just kind of wanted to showcase this Sylveon. I've never seen it used before. I've seen like choice spec sets and other calm minding sets, but I've never ever ever seen anything with an echoed voice set, which actually works out really 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 well. I am enjoying the Sylveon. Is putting in a lot of work, and hopefully I will be getting back into some Let's Plays. I'm going to, I don't know if anybody's really been keeping up, but I deleted the Bioshock episodes I have because I'm going to restart that. Because recently I just bought Bioshock Infinite. I haven't actually played it at all yet. I bought it like 3 months ago now. I literally have like no time to play anything. Um, but I was thinking about doing something with those games and stuff and things, but yeah, so that was a battle. I'm not dead, and I'll see you next time.